The challenges that the world encountered during the COVID-19 global restrictions impacted everyone, especially hunting guides, outfitters, and the conservation efforts that are funded through guided adventures worldwide. As a leader in wildlife conservation, SCI recognized the need to bring awareness and support to the crisis that directly affected wildlife and local communities around the world. Safari is the Swahili word for journey, and in this movement, with the support of donors who provided one-of-a-kind items and experiences, SCI set out on an incredible journey to provide direct assistance to those impacted by the global crisis. Through hunting, the greatest conservation efforts in the world are possible. But have you ever stopped to imagine what would happen to wildlife and wild places if the funding that occurs through hunting ceased to exist? Without hunters, wildlife is left to shoulder the burden felt from reduced anti-poaching efforts and diminished conservation budgets. During the height of the pandemic, international travel was severely restricted, and private sector, free market fundraising efforts that occur at in-person events were nearly non-existent, which is exactly why SCI's Share the Impact online charity event was so necessary and impactful.
I think the Share the Impact incentive that was launched by SCI, is a brilliant plan and an incentive that supports outfitters, especially if we were to consider that outfitters still had to pay their quotas, their annual leases, all their staff, which are a private cost, but they're still the quotas and annual leases. They weren't given any breaks by governments. Our conservation efforts continue, albeit on a slightly lower scale. We had to stay within our spectrum of affordability. But I think it is a brilliant incentive by SCI to help support that, even if it is only to support some of your trackers, some of your staff, or try to recoup some of the expenses gone through during 2020. I think it is something that can go a really long way, and I have to give a big kudos to SCI for coming up with such a great idea.
In support of the Share the Impact mission, I teamed up with not only SCI, but also Ruger and Nightforce Optics to auction off a multi-day precision rifle training at my home shooting range.
SCI just offers so many different hunts. Every state has their own branch of SCI who in turn does their auctions for different hunts, different guns, different whatever you're looking for. And it was so cool. I liked Kristy's auction because first of all, I got to meet somebody that's doing the auction. Kristy's been doing long-range shooting for a while. She's very knowledgeable, so this way it gets me a start in something I've never done and always wanted to learn how to. So I brought my middle son, Corey, and his girlfriend, Kayla, and then a friend of the family's, Jim, who is also a very avid shooter. And we're all looking, to learn how to do this and learn how to do it successfully.
It's the first morning that I've got John and his friends and family out here shooting, and we had a little rain delay this morning. So we did our Kestrel class first, and now we're gonna come out and zero rifles, and we're gonna get the chronograph reading on their muzzle velocities. So we're gonna do some data gathering today, get them all zeroed up, make sure that everything's tracking. Tomorrow we're gonna start out the day with the Ruger Precision rimfire rifles. We're gonna do a lot of positional practice with those little 22s. Get them shooting steel from multiple positions. We're gonna use barricades, we're gonna use barrels, all of the fun stuff that I shoot in NRL. We're gonna be practicing off of that with the 22s, and then we're gonna take everything in the afternoon, Sunday, and get some distance, shoot these long targets, and let them put everything to use. It's really exciting. John has a new 6.5 PRC Ruger Hawkeye, and that's going to be a rifle that he's going to collect data here today and over the weekend, and then he's got so many big game hunts planned with that rifle, and I'm really excited to see his success downrange with that rifle when it actually comes in the field, especially after doing a lot of training this weekend. I think it's going to really help equate to a lot of success for him in his upcoming hunting adventures, and I'm really excited to follow that journey with John going forward. We all have our own unique ability to serve, and for me, sharing a few skills that I have acquired in precision shooting is the least that I can do to help fundraise and support the hunting community and conservation efforts as a whole. All right, you guys ready to shoot? Yeah. So
the thing I was looking forward to the most is having that confidence at any yardage. You go hunting, you can't stand a deer or whatever you're hunting at 100 yards and say, okay, wait there, I'm gonna be ready. So I want to just be able to, okay, that game is at 230 yards. Click, 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 and there's my shot, and it was perfect.
Impact! Yes! First round, my friend. First round. Good shooting.
Just, I want to get out there. I want to do some all-over hunts, get to see some different things, different game. I'm going to try and fit in as much as I can. Kristy's package, it came with so much, and you know what, I gotta say, shout out to Kristy and Yogi. They have gone above and beyond. I mean, just with all of the accessories and setting up the guns, they've helped us step by step through the whole process. It's just been amazing.
International hunting is a great way to broaden your perspective of the world. And it is through hunting that we discover some of the most extraordinary aspects of nature while sharing a significant role in helping to support the landscapes that both wildlife and local communities rely upon. And it became more evident during the pandemic the critical role that hunting plays in food security. With John taking careful aim on this hunt, he will be directly helping to relieve the pressures of food shortages by providing fresh meat to the local community. The last time we were together, we were like 10,000 miles away, and now we're going after a hartebeest.
That hartebeest is a really good bull. I haven't seen a bull like that in the field in quite a while. So we're going to put a stalk on him. Hopefully we get him. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Go and get ready, because we're going to go on the track now. So just be prepared.
And you have your data card?
I do.
Okay, why don't you give me your data card, and then what I'll do when we get in there, I'll range the bull and then give you your data, and that'll make it a little faster, so it's less for you to think about.
Not going to have quite a lot of time. It's going to be quick actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
When they land through here, what do you anticipate they're going to pop out?
Probably going to run over that road because the road's running up there. They're going to come through this brush. Probably going to stand there in that open spot just at the back of this trees.
Okay.
I think that's going to be our best chance.
Okay.
Really. So just for that red outer beast below is just behind this cover. We're just going to stay behind the cover, stay low so it doesn't see us, and when you get at that tree line, you're just going to pop out on the end and you would be standing in the open.
Okay, sounds
then
good.
Then you're going to have a crack at it. John,
Thank you.
I've never seen a hartebeest bull like that before, and that age.
Well done. When you shoot them in this tall grass at 350 yards, challenge to find them. Yeah, when they fall, they blend in extremely well. So,
Well hidden.
yeah, we'll keep looking around.
This is an old bull. This is the secondary growth. The tips getting back.
Wow, that's an incredible trophy.
Long tips. Perfect. This is a really, really good bull, Uncle John. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty impressive to go from shooting at steel at 800 and coming out here and confidently taking one shot at an animal like that at 350 yards, and all your training just goes full circle.
Right. I mean, you know, before doing a shot like that, you wouldn't even think of it. It's like, oh no, I got to get closer. I got to get in. Where now it's like, okay, just let me get steady and
Get the range, and yeah, perfect. And this is the reward. You get a trophy like this incredible animal. SCI's Share the Impact Outfitter benefit successfully raised more than $550,000 that went directly to support guides, outfitters, and conservation efforts around the world. The ripple effect that hunting has on conservation positively impacts people, wild places, and is essential to achieving successful global conservation. We all have the ability to make a global impact. Join SCI in our efforts as a world leader in conservation. Thank you for watching this episode of Pursue the Wild. If you would like to hear more, check out the Wild and Uncut podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow me at Kristy Titus on Facebook and Instagram.